And hello, everyone. I'm Dan Lutz, and I'm here on the front lines in the battle against the Cabal, the Deep State, the Lumadonkeys, and all those that wish to enslave all of mankind for their own stupid and selfish reasons. Welcome. Been quite a week, and the end of a fantastic month already. Tank, did you just join in?
Yes, I made it here tonight. Sorry, I've stood you up twice this week. It's been ridiculous.
No, it's 3 times.
3 times this week? My gosh, I'm a mess this week. Trying to catch up and put out fires everywhere. My gosh. Yeah. Last night I was in a meeting. I could not, I was ready to walk out of the meeting. And then at 11:28, they dropped some intel on me. And I was like, what? So I had to go back in. So.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I got it. You know, we can always adjust times if we need to, or you know, I can carry it. I can monologue for a few hours if I need to.
No, man, you're a champ about it. You know, actually, they wouldn't even let me have my phone in this meeting, though. So that, you know, it's just, I like that kind of meeting.
Sure.
Yeah. You know, it's pretty safe. You know, it's kind of like hearing a little skip. But yeah, so that's why that happened. But yeah. Crazy week.
Yeah, I used to have my own little Faraday cage that I carried around with me.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I don't understand what a Faraday cage is exactly.
Oh, it has just some structure that is held together with wire and these let's say. I don't know what to call them. Anyway, it will hold all of the radio waves, any kind of waves, out or in, as the case may be. Right, so because they can't penetrate. All it does is it captures them and keeps them rolling around inside the mesh. Just imagine like a bunch of chicken wire with some. Forget the material is. I'm drawing a blank on the material. I want to say ferrite, but it's not.
Copper or something. Oh.
No. Well, the chicken wire could be made of copper. Best, you could make it out of any wire really, but copper is a very good conductor, so it's best to use that. But then these other devices that are there, they're a ring, right, and the wires go through them, and it just helps to channel that information, right? And it wants to make it to the next piece, right, and then the next piece, and so it's kind of like these points, and just contains it. But they're pretty easy to build. You'd use the component, these rings, if you're building a motor, right, to wrap the wire around. So they're just not they're not conductive. These rings, right? But it helps to channel things because it keeps it contained, because you have a grid of these. Anyway, but I used to carry one around and I throw all the phones in here. Throw all the phones in here. It was just a re-outfitted kind of like igloo, box, for drinks.
You know what? You hang out with some cool people. I can't even imagine showing up anywhere with like my own Faraday box and go, all right, guys, throw it in here. But I'm going to now. I'm going to find a way.
Yeah. They're not hard to build, but actually, you could probably order them online. But I built mine. So, I used to have some strange hobbies, but right now, I used to have a full metal workshop, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So yeah, it was part of we needed a lot of this equipment for building our prototypes. So I had a partner in this, and we were always trying to design things that were kind of unusual. We were building a robotic teacup, for example, that was the size that you could actually sit in. So.
Wow.
I mean, it was a silly thing, right? It was kind of like the same time all these reality TV shows. So we were kind of like thinking about pitching this as a reality TV show, because there was a reality TV show that was going on close in the complex where we were, the industrial complex. They were taking like airplane parts and building them into interesting pieces of furniture. But they wanted to make a robotic something or other, and that's why they started talking to us. But anyway, so we needed this equipment. So what we did is we opened up a division of importing, right? So we'd import the items that we needed, but we'd buy 10 of them, and we'd sell the rest to cover the cost of the one.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Right. Plus, we made money off of it at the same time.
Yeah, so, right.
But yeah, sometimes I feel like I need a workshop.
I always feel like I need a workshop. I'm a sculptor, and part of what I've done for a long time, I did metal sculpting, and and I build functional furniture and things like that. So, and one of the challenges of this whole process, I lost my during this spell of things, right? We had a beautiful house we were going to buy that we were renting, and basically we ended up losing the house during this process because I basically had all my life savings kind of taken out and kind of became kind of unemployable, right? Because I go to interviews and they'd be like, "What can you tell us about this guy Tank?" Right? So and getting harassed after interviews, all types of stuff. But I remember when I was we got this smaller apartment, and we were leaving, and we actually paid for extra days at this house, right? Because we couldn't get all our stuff out because it was a huge house, right? And we had intended to buy the house, and they just wouldn't sell us the house, right? and we love the house. We're getting all our stuff out, and they showed up on the 2 days that we paid for, like 2 days into the like July or something, and they were, pretending to help us, right? And while I took my things over to the other house, right, like to the new house, when I came back, they had taken all of our most valuable belongings, right, put them in garbage bags, and just dropped them outside. Basically, put it out of the house. It was like, I remember how humbling that was. Like, man.
Yeah, that's kind of low. Yeah,
but my whole workshop, I had a whole workshop, and I always had, like, the whole house was filled with, like, all the furniture I could basically build myself. So, it's tough days, man.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to having a workshop again, so I can build stuff like that.
Yeah. Let's get some catch up going on here. Let me tell you one thing. I did talk about this yesterday. It was some intel. I was discussing with you about the mass amounts of money that we're moving from Japan to Russia.
Right.
And then you came back and you said that Kim said it was Kissinger and the Yakuza sending money over. And I guess that's in coordination with the Rothschilds. And we remember back in December that the Rothschilds took a trip to Russia, right, to make the offer to make them make the ruble the world reserve currency. Right. And so, I mean, at the time, I thought that this was like an alignment of good things, right?
Right.
So right now, it seems like it was an alignment of bad things happening. So what I did find out about this is that this recent funds that were going this past week, that it was all pending, right? That it wasn't, right?
Of course.
Except for 10%.
Ah, really?
10%. 10% was taken. So I don't know if that is, quote unquote, banking fees, or what that is.
Yeah, 10% would be pretty high banking fees. But I guess no. I mean, maybe not. I mean,
It's in alignment with the things.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Yeah, that could definitely be banking. Yeah, so that's just how they found a way to pay themselves. They moved a bunch of money.
Yeah, five and five, buy, sell side, that kind of thing. The senders and receivers, they've got their people 5% on either side, and then that gets broken down and so on. So I don't think that's, it's probably a lot of money, but so anyway, I just thought so that was what I wanted when I went over yesterday. So now your turn.
Well, I don't really have any updates from Kim. I mean, everything's kind of operational and private right now. So I am curious. So there is some, something to do with the corporation being bankrupt on the 31st, which they've been bankrupt. So I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, I know.
And that's not from Kim either. So I'm not sure. I saw somebody reporting on that. And I thought, that could be. There's a lot of stuff out there right now. That if you look at Benjamin Fulford's one of his recent reports, right? I mean, he's describing Kim, right? Now he gives some guy credit, right? Like, oh, this guy, which he might have got his intel from Bubba for all I know.
And I bet that guy's name was Michael Ariel.
Like, oh, right. Yeah, so probably Ariel was trying to take credit for the. Yeah, you're right. Actually, I just realized. Yes, of course. Right.
I haven't heard Fulford, for a little while now. So I was just guessing because this is who's been popping up, right? Is still Kingdom of Manna, not getting the clue. Well, maybe you don't know the disintegrated server. Their quantum system is now disintegrated. It's gone into the quantum space.
Yeah, they're sending out transfers now with imagination and Crayola. I mean, cause, they don't even have a system anymore. They can't even communicate with the banks anymore, right? So they're probably able to interface on some level, right? Mm-hmm. So a lot of the whole transfer systems, the brilliant SWIFT system, like in the Federal Reserve, was basically an email system. You send an email saying transfer this money here. That's all.
That's what. Yeah, that's it. That is. It's just got a format, right? And this is the format. And then sometimes there's different codes, right? And as long as that and the codes are representing a format. MT107, MT103. That's just a format. If you know this is that format, you know what it's meant for, right? Then you follow the instructions that are outlined in it, right? So, but it's just kind of like, it's actually, you could tell it came right from fax times, the times of faxes. It's a transition from the fax machine to a digital transfer of information.
Right. Yeah, so, I mean, so it is, I have to believe, when Kim said that the end of the month, right? Now I've got groups queued up all over right now that are like just waiting for that final say. And Kim didn't, other than she was trying to transfer, I know she was trying to transfer this week and she was putting some tests through. And that's when she uncovered the latest leverage scam from, Rothschild, Kissinger, Yakuza group. And their fake, super notes that they keep trying to put out, right? They just keep putting these things out, I guess. And I'm sure there's plenty of, terrorist mercenaries that are willing to take cash like that, right? But, if you're going to bring in a big lump sum of cash into the system, you're basically going to get blocked. So, so we'll see what Kim does. But I think that there is a deadline. I can't even really speculate how it's going to play out next. But I would say definitely pretty good indication today, like with the Senate voting not to bring in any more witnesses.
Right.
And now, so basically, imagine this.
And Brexit being over.
I know. I saw. That was a pretty moving sight. I saw him walking down the hall of the Euro headquarters, I guess, right? And they took the British flag out. I was like, wow, that's a pretty momentous moment when you think about it.
Yeah. Well, that is pure defeat of the cabal.
I think so too.
Yeah, removing the flag. That's capturing the flag.
Well, yeah, it's really fascinating too. Is like Tommy broke this down one time, but it was really a deep idea, right? Is if you look at the flag, right, there's like an X, right, and the X is just the kind of the 0 point of a figure 8, which is kind of the source of this time loop spell, right? And the way the thing goes,
Okay, I never heard that, but that's interesting. I get it.
Yeah. And so in reality, though, you have to go the opposite way for the torus energy fields to create new, right? But I thought that was kind of a fascinating thing. So it just reminded me of this, like, the time spell being broken in a way, a time loop rather being broken. And I did ask him about the coronavirus, because I was curious, because she had told me before that they had these biological weapons, and that she had some alchemists and different. I guess like a group of galactics that they specialize in, like, biological stuff, right? And they restructured the biological weapons to actually be selective and attached to the bloodline, families. So if they released them, it would have killed them, right? But not us. So I was asking if the coronavirus was one of those. And she said the coronavirus is a common cold virus, slightly mutated. She goes, but it kills no more people than the common cold.
Actually, I actually brought that up yesterday. I said the actual flu, the normal everyday flu, kills more people than the coronavirus has. I said maybe the coronavirus has done it a little bit faster, but we'll see.
Well, what was fascinating to me actually is I saw the organization now, because they've tracked the coronavirus down, that it was engineered by the World Health Organization, right?
Yeah, by way of the Gates Foundation.
Right, and like the P4, one of the P4 level labs in Wuhan or whatever it is, and it's interesting though, because the logo at this lab, right, is the exact same logo that's in the video game Resident Evil, in the same lab. Yeah, to cause a zombie apocalypse, right? So
The Umbrella Corporation.
Yeah, the Umbrella Corporation, right?
Yeah.
Same exact logo, except for different. The colors are different. One's red and one's green or something. But I thought that was interesting because what I thought was, well, what would be genius, not genius, but what they probably are planning, is create a big fear around the coronavirus, right? And then once you have everybody terrified, they start billing like, don't worry, we're coming out with the vaccine, right? And then in reality, the vaccine is the zombie apocalypse virus,
right?
And they just start vaccinating everybody, and then all of a sudden, it's crazy.
Yep.
So that wouldn't surprise me. But I think all that to be derailed, like really, tightly. Like, did you see Trump signing? I don't even know what he was signing. Oh, he signed the USMCA bill, or and he was signing it. He was like handing out all these pens, mocking Nancy.
Yeah. Well, also he signed it's kind of a support measure for the human trafficking victims to provide services for those victims. It's another executive order.
Yeah, and that's interesting because we were just talking about this, how the previous system, like you want to call them child protective services, used to go to a company owned by Tony Podesta.
Yeah.
So that's good.
And all the numbers get routed through the Clinton Foundation for you. And you're going to call anyone for CPS. It all goes to the Clinton Foundation, so they know what to put on the menu.
Yeah. Right. I'm sure it's the same for if you want to call for help in Haiti, you probably call the Clinton Foundation as well.
Yep. You know what? Something else struck me about Haiti. This just the other night. Haiti is also known for voodoo.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if they took over Haiti as kind of like it's like like part of a voodoo ritual, or because there's so much voodoo there that this was like they needed to control this place.
I spoke to a high priest of voodoo in Haiti, and he told me outright that the Clintons participated in a voodoo ritual when they went there to be like anointed some level. Yeah, so that's very true.
Okay, yeah. It just dawned on me. That's because I was watching. What was I watching? Something was on Netflix. They got some weird stuff on. I saw Sabrina on Netflix. I said, "Wow, this is really laying out the groundwork for Sabrina." The teenage witch.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, right?
Now she becomes the queen of hell. Ultimately. I said, I don't remember this in the original Sabrina.
No. Yeah, they've gone a little dark with things. They've gone a little dark.
It's a little dark, ultimately. And then it's now there's this other one, Aries, which, is I don't quite know where, I'm only watching like two episodes, and it's kind of like, it's very dark and looks like they've captured either a demon or a fallen angel, or I don't know, or an Anunnaki god. I can't quite tell. Aries, we could probably ask Thomas. Who's Aries? The god Aries. Who is that? But they showed like the black sun, or like a black dot, and they said, "Here, stare at this. Are you afraid?" I said, "Well, this seems like they're telling them look at the black sun, right? So is that what this is about?" Anyway.
Yeah.
Definitely programming going on there.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to tap into fear. I mean, there's a big push for fear, and I think it's funny when I see like Nancy Pelosi, and it seems like she's constantly making threats, right? Like you'll rue the day if you let this happen, or there will be consequences for what's happened here, right? And like I remember Kamala Harris making these same she threatened every Trump follower. She basically saying like that she was going to put them all in jail, like half the country, right?
Yeah.
And And I'm like, you guys are really used to like your threats having a lot of weight behind them because you can say idiotic things like this, and you think that people are just going to cower in fear, right?
Hey, so I'm showing you something.
Oh yeah.
Take a look. This is Chuck Schumer responding. You see it yet?
Yeah, I see it. Yep.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
One at a time.
That's it.
One at a time. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I mean, that's what I was searching for the other night when we were last on. So finally I grabbed it and made a clip of it. So.
No, did you see Nadler?
Oh yeah. He rushed out
up there to say something.
Oh yeah. He purposely, made the closing remarks and basically, stiffed Shift.
Yeah. Shift was like Jerry. And then he gets up there and says nothing.
Yeah.
He's like, none of these things matter. None of these things matter. Why more witnesses? Because it's more powerful than the truth. It's like, what are you talking about? Nadler.
Yeah. Now I know why I also know why he's called the Penguin.
Oh, he's totally the Penguin. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Chuck Schumer is the Joker.
Oh,
but
perfect.
Nowhere near as cool.
And Shift is the Riddler.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. He would be the Riddler. He does that. You're right.
Yeah.
They're much less impressive in person. Yeah, those are all very cool, ominous characters.
Yeah. And who is Nancy?
Who is Nancy?
The old Batman series, the old evil villains from the old.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Usually, like the female supervillains they're cool. Like they're psycho and they do fun things, right? They're flamboyant, but and they're usually very attractive, which Nancy is none of those things. So very hard to imagine.
How about Mr. Freeze?
Mr. Freeze, who'd that be? I think about that one.
Well, I meant Nancy being Mr. Freeze.
Oh, she could be Mr. Freeze, sure.
As I picked one out for her.
Nancy, she's like, I think she just is playing the part that she is. I mean, she's the corrupt politician who's trying to sway things. Right? She's afraid of everything. I think I always think about Maxine Waters, who was like so adamant, like Trump is going to get us all killed. It's like, yeah. That's possible because you're probably going to get killed because you're not following the orders of your taskmaster.
Well, the other way is that he's going to have them executed is probably also the part of this.
That is, it'd be great. I would love to see something like that happen that actually just restored faith in, the people. Let people feel like, guys, listen, I know there's a bunch of the country that thought like this behavior is okay. It's not. Antifa today was, after they voted not to have more witnesses. In the case, Antifa was in Grand Central today. They stormed it, like hundreds of them.
Antifa went into Grand Central today.
Yeah. They
Where were they going?
Today. What's that?
Where were they going?
They were just marching around, yelling.
No, yeah, you didn't get it. Going to Grand Central Station.
Oh, gotcha. No.
So sometimes, I got to explain my jokes. They're not very funny then.
Sometimes it happens. Yeah. And I don't know. There's a ton of stuff. This week was incredible. The USMCA bill there signed. That is a massive breakthrough. That's all the news should be talking about, right?
Right.
Like completely restructured. You got all this like manufacturing back to the United States. The deal, like all the deals that Trump's done, how could anyone say they should have done it another way? They criticized him every step of the way. Like, you can't do this. Yes, he can. And he does it and then wins every single time. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's interesting. This was all really, again, to push out, in front of everyone so they can see what the Democrats are doing. I think that one of the reasons that they're so, out of sorts and acting so crazy is because these are the death throes. It is really the end of the Democrat Party. And I'm not saying that there's not going to be a party called the Democrats, but it's going to be socialists. It'll be the Socialist Party, and the power structure that is holding it together, and denying Bernie and all this, they're all going to lose power, and who's going to be left behind are just socialists. And then Trump is going to destroy communism and socialism around the world. Right, and then there won't be anything left of the Democrat Party, and hopefully then we don't go back to parties anymore.
Right, we'll just be the Americans, not the Americans. Yeah, make it happen.
Yeah,
it'd be great.
I mean, everything should be, about the individual, their achievements, and what they want to do. What are their issues, and let them come out and don't. Coalesce everyone under these phantom arguments, to create people to do things. I have no clue as to why the federal government has any say over all the things that they're proposed to do. They're not supposed to do anything other than trade in the army, or the armed forces, and then and trade. That's it. And money, create money. The rest of that is for the states, and if you think about that as a concept, the states themselves, it's all about the going back to local politics, all back to the town halls, and it needs to be grassroots. All the politics has to really be grassroots and have more power than the federal government.
Yeah, and that really. It really will come down to, what I'm seeing a lot of rising up, which is very encouraging, is people seeing the absolute incompetence of whoever the sitting congressperson is or senator, and they're for the most part regular people, and they're saying, I'm running, I'm running for office. That is what the government should be, is regular people. Matter of fact, I think, to be honest, everybody should be given, the same allocation of funds to utilize, right? Because then, if everybody had the same amount of funds to utilize, there'd be no lobbying, and there'd be no this other kind of fundraising that is, basically dangerous, right? Because you're buying favors, and wouldn't be all this horrible smear campaigns, because people would be more intelligent about the money they were using to campaign. And then, as they're going out campaigning, everyone has the same amount of money. So, if you're campaigning for a Senate seat or a congressional seat or whatever, it's you have to be very careful about the message you put out, right? You can't just throw out, hate ads and things and pay for things on the side. And, you actually get to prove, if you know how to manage a budget and things like that actually matter, skills that actually matter to the American people. Creativity, actually be creative in your message, and actually put some thought into doing something other than just pumping the company line, right? To get elected.
Right. Well, how about actually writing the legislation yourself?
Yeah.
How about reading it? Second.
How about reading it? That'd be amazing. Oh my gosh. Or because it's interesting. I was on Izzo's show the other day. Dominic Izzo in Chicago, and we were talking about this. That he was saying, how do you prove these things, man? And I was like, man, it's so much easier, to be honest, to prove things, right? If you just want to look at facts, it's not hard. You can look up, all the scientific studies done by the CDC on vaccines, right now in the middle of your hands, right? Because there's none. Right? You can look at
the easy part. The easy part is to prove it. The hard part is to get people to look at it.
Right. So that's exactly it. So it's not about proving it, because people clearly don't care about proof, right? Because you can show very obvious proof that 4,000 micrograms of aluminum injected into a baby from the time of birth to 1 year old is toxic for anyone. It's going to have. That means every single child that's gone along with that schedule has some type of damage done to it, however it's manifest, right? But you wouldn't know they were damaged in that age, right? Because of the babies, you wouldn't know, right? So, so that's one thing. Anybody can draw that conclusion. That's very logical, right? And so the harder thing to do is to convince people all vaccines are good when you have no research. So that takes a lot of money to throw in it and do nothing with, right? And just repeat a message that's false over and over and over again.
Right.
And then it just becomes fact, right? Like people just take it as fact.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. It is amazing, right?
I'm just thinking, how do you break through this other than to really just do it grassroots, right? It's down to the individual people to shake the people next to them and say, hey, listen to me. You're harming your kids. Right?
Well,
but the doctor says, the doctor, ask the doctor for proof of the studies, not a brochure. But I kept telling my daughter, so just tell him, I don't want a brochure, I want the study.
Right, yeah. Show me the scientific data that supports the 9 vaccines you want to give my child in the first 6 months of life. And then also show me, why does the CDC say you shouldn't give 9 vaccines in any 6 month period of time? And then why does the schedule dictate that you would? Doesn't that seem like they know it will hurt them? Yeah. And they created the schedule anyways? Right?
Yeah.
So, but what's fascinating about this is like no one thinks, and then doctors, the whole idea behind Western medicine is evidence-based medicine, right? That's the big thing.
Right.
What's your evidence? Where's your double-blind study? So imagine how messed up these poor doctors must be. That they've completely thrown that out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Because now they work for a corporation instead of being independent doctors. And the corporate bylaw says you have to do this. And what do? They just go along.
Yeah.
That's sad. It's unfortunate. You're really taking the power out of a doctor to diagnose.
And I have friends that doctor, and I've had this conversation with them about that. They want to remain independent, right? But they're all kind of being forced to go under the umbrella of some other bigger organization, right? The independent doctor has such high expense for malpractice insurance that they'd have to charge so much money for people to actually see them that the people can't see them. So it's kind of like they're screwed. I'd made some suggestions to them that they literally create their own foundations and work from that, and their money gets paid to them by way of them working for the foundation, so that the foundation can't be attacked. So anyway, make your lawsuit. And then it doesn't go anywhere, right? Because the attorneys can't pierce it.
Yeah.
So same reason. Same reason why OJ was able to continue golfing and going to resorts and everything.
Right. Yeah, because the money's not really yours. You're just the beneficiary.
Right.
And you just find another way to do it. And all that kind of blew up in their face too. Yeah, that's what they did with the master trust with Manna, right? They put all their money in the back trust, in the back ledgers, right?
Yeah.
And just hid it away. No one ever knew. You just knew they had a lot of money. So crazy.
And they're the ones always giving the rules, so we always just went along with it. Except when Kim was there.
Important.
Until Kim took over, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So under new management, I didn't get the memo.
You want to give money to the peasants? What?
You're mad.
Yeah.
Call in the psychologist.
They're gonna get ideas.
No, we can't have them having ideas.
Yeah. Stop that right away. Not too many ideas. Yeah. So, but so it feels the energy feels incredibly strong, and I feel like this week was kind of like the last of the shenanigan kind of stuff, right? Like I don't think there's any peace left. I mean, you got to think, what else is there to do now in the case?
Well,
the next step like?
Well, look what they have to deal with now. Well, with less than a month, the Iowa caucus is going to go forward. Bernie is going to win big time. Biden may be even yanked out of it before then, right? And you're going to see such a big split. I think it's going to come down between Bernie and Tulsi. I know
Is she
Tulsi's.
running? I mean, she announced that she's running. I didn't know she was running.
Oh no, Tulsi's been running. Yeah, she's at 5%.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so she's at 5%. The other guy, there's another guy there. I forget his name. Yance or something like that. He's a tech guy. He's at 5%. And then you've got Buttigieg, who is up at 11%. Up at 11%. And then Warren, or I think maybe Warren's behind Buttigieg by 1% or something like that. So she's like fallen down to 4th place. Right. And then there's Covershire's ahead of her and him. And then you have Biden and Bernie. So Biden is not going to survive. I mean, he made. I mean, I don't even know how that they still consider him with all the mistakes he makes up on screen and all the, And the last thing I saw him say was, "Oh, this impeachment was bipartisan."
He said it was not partisan, even though it went down.
I said it was not partisan. That's right. You're right. He said it was not partisan. I go, what? What planet are you on? What are you watching? Who's telling you things? So
right.
he's just not there, and so what are their choices? So who are they going to coalesce behind? Well, they want to go Covershire, right? That's who they basically said it's Warren and Covershire. The New York Times supported them, made a dual endorsement for them, right, to hurt Bernie, but it didn't work, right? And so now I think they're going to try and push Covershire. But I think that the reality is when Biden goes, who do they have left? It's Tulsi.
Well, Tulsi, I mean, she's kind of like the Republican Democrat candidate, right? I mean,
well, she's firmly Democrat, old school Democrat. That's the thing. That's why when Biden goes, it's Tulsi. Yeah, because he's holding 30%, right? Maybe of the place, across the country, maybe not in Iowa, but she's at 5%. If he goes, where is the rest of those votes going? It's not going to go to Buttigieg. It's not going to go to Covershire. It's going to go to Tulsi.
Yeah.
Right. So they're in a very difficult place. It's going to be Bernie and Tulsi keeps supporting Bernie. That's why. Oh, and this is the other great thing, since Tulsi is now suing Hillary, right, for a defamation of character, right, and Hillary is avoiding getting served. Yeah, she's sending her Secret Service out to intercept when people try to come and serve her. So she's avoiding service.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, but with $50 million in her pocket, that would be pretty good campaign funds.
Yeah, that'd be great. I would love for her to. I mean, I don't think Hillary Clinton actually has access to any money anymore, but fascinating to say the least, and good for good for Tulsi to be doing that. I mean, she's still might have different views, but it's like seems like a good person to me.
I think Tulsi's great. I mean, but the reality, I know she's saying things against Trump and that, but she's doesn't want to be in these wars, and neither does Trump. Now Trump is handling the existence of wars, right, and shutting everything down. And oh, by the way, I settled with peace in the Middle East, and that's actually moved forward. The Palestinians are looking at it. Part of that deal, I don't know if you realize, but part of the deal for the Palestinians is they have to get rid of their existing leaders.
Oh, really? No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because they said those guys are not interested in getting to peace. This is all cabal members.
Because they have a slave society. I mean, they're like sheiks, and they live very well, and at the expense of everyone else, right? You got the whole country enslaved.
Well,
they live on next to nothing.
Even if you okay, yeah, you look. I mean, I've been scrolling back in my memory banks, right, from when I was young in high school and that and all this politics of stuff. And what I kept hearing pop up is these abuse of young boys by those particular leaders, whether that was Henry Kissinger or if that was who was the guy that used to be the head of the Palestinians for a long time until he died. But anyway, I forgot his name. But he was he was the main guy for 30 years as the leader of the Palestinians. But he was also accused of basically young boys are brought to him. So it's like, these are just the same deep state players, right? Put into place, and they give them their candy, and you keep doing your role, and you keep getting the candy, whatever they have their sweet tooth for, and this is how.
Gosh, that's just horrible. I mean, it's really horrible.
It is, right? And this is, but now these people are the same, controllers, right? That's what it is. This is their control structure. So that's why these leaders have to go, right? And then I think that they're going to go. I mean, Trump cut them off from aid a long time ago, right? He hasn't been putting now that probably slipped by most people. It didn't slip past me when I first said, "Oh wow," that was like in the very beginning, like first year of Trump. He cut off the Palestinians, and now they haven't had any money, and now it's like, okay, well, here's peace right here on the platter. You get your own state. The Israelis are all up for it. I just think, Trump comes in and he just negotiates a deal that everybody can deal with. Why was it so hard for all these years? Right? Because they didn't want it to end. They wanted the conflict, and so Trump wants peace. By the time he's done with by the time election comes down, we would have been out of. There won't be any more conflicts around the world.
That's a great point. I mean, and I really think because there is. With all of the, different beings, that exist, I guess, within the planet as well. It's like there's a peace treaty, right?
Yeah.
So it makes sense. The only ones that aren't cooperating is the deep state,
right.
of the surface, of the human.
So, and to swing this back around to Tulsi for a moment, I don't think she's going to win the nomination for the Democrats, even if she becomes the second runner-up. I still think it's going to go to Bernie. I think they're not going to be able to stop it, and then it becomes the ultimate showdown, of the. Really, what it comes down to is, how has the programming, laid out in the universities, in the schools, in this generation, right? Right, all socialism.
But I mean, I bet you they have like a 10% turnout of voting, because they're like.
Oh, I don't think. Yeah, I know. There's no way they're going to defeat Trump, but I mean, amongst themselves, in the Democrat, nomination process, I think it's going to be Bernie. I think Tulsi will come in 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Right. I think she could probably come in number 2, and then you could see that Sanders selects Tulsi as a vice president.
Oh yeah,
could be.
I got it.
But in any case, it's the showdown of the socialism. Now, I don't know if it'll actually go down that way. These are just possibilities. But
so let me ask you. So the president and the vice president together. The vice president, he has his own vote. I mean, that's how the original election was set up. Like, you voted for the vice president. I think originally it was actually the opposite party. But I'm curious, like, with Mike Pence, I mean, they have all types of horrible information on Pence. He's obviously been locked down on levels, right, where he's not supposed to. He's basically been sabotaging Trump's presidency the whole time. He's a non-factor, right? I mean, for the most part, you don't see him anywhere.
Right.
So I'm curious if they're going to put somebody like he's going to have to choose a new president, right? And people are still.
I would say that we could see as vice president Donald Trump Jr.
Wow, that would be. He's done a great job. I gotta say,
because then who would be running in 2024 is Donald Trump. Again,
that would be just for the sake of having that. I would vote for Donald Trump Jr. just to make Pelosi mad. That whole group of just.
Well, at that point, they just spontaneously dissolve.
Combust. Yeah.
They just
people today blew up everywhere as the Republicans nominated Donald Trump Jr.
I think they just get sucked into the void and they just go. They just disappear. Yeah, they can't maintain this reality.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally think. I mean, I think Trump is really alluding to a lot of like amazing things, right? And
well, he's grooming his kids. He's grooming his kids. You know. So Ivanka, she's created 15 million jobs with the programs that she's been involved with, right? And she wanted to do like 500,000, and now she's at 15 million, right? And now you've got Donald Trump. There's Eric Trump as well. I mean, so all of them are accomplished business people, and they're all participating. I see this as a dynasty that is going to be able to drain the swamp, and then continue to restructure the world after this. The deep state is gone after this. I mean, they're gonna rout everyone out. Actually, I haven't looked and see what's the latest on. Well, there is 2 Q posts I think left. Is it 2? No, it's 4 Q posts that have been put up here. Is that right? Yeah. But I was going to look and see about the amount of sealed cases. What number we're up to? It still says 144,000. Looks like they haven't added any for a while. I think that they didn't add in December. Yeah, I don't. There's some from December. Anyway, but the unsealed are also coming up. So it doesn't look like it's increasing at the rate it used to be. So that was the key. If the sealed cases do not continue to grow at the same rate, which is around 5,000 a month, that would be the signal that they're ready to move forward because they've got everybody. Right?
Yeah.
So I think that's probably where we're at with things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, December is the last one, and it went up. Yeah, well, maybe. Yeah, well, actually, I guess we just ended January, so maybe we'll see. There's an increase. All right. Sorry, I think that we're them going after all of these, and I think that probably David Wilcox is correct about this when he said that he heard that 3/4 of these sealed indictments are for the media. This makes a lot of sense, and I'd also want to point out that Rudy Giuliani in some of his conversations has brought up that in the past there have been times when the president had to go and arrest the media. 4 times in the past. Just pick them all up. So I think that we're gonna see this, and I think everyone is gonna see, is gonna cheer. Really.
I really think that it'll be very interesting to see because, they attack Trump about everything, right? About everything. It's insane how they try to portray like Trump is suppressing the media when he's not. Right. When and this used to be the law, right? the media used to had the same standards um, as like drug companies. They had their message had to be fair and balanced, right? So you had to report both sides so that people draw their own conclusions, right? And obviously, I feel like Woodrow Wilson or something, was involved in like basically saying, like, no, they can have completely biased media, and that's kind of what you have now. Like it's just so biased for so many years, so they can scrub the message, right? Which I'm sure that coincides with the introduction of the Mockingbird program, CIA. But it'd be interesting to see what the world would be like if you could just get even balanced perspectives on things, right? Because that's really, if you want to manipulate history, that's the way to do it. Is you only tell one side, and then you don't ever know what really happened.
You don't allow evidence in. You don't allow the other side to speak. You remove all of their ability to say, like, still, I mean, I covered, the whistleblower, right? And I started calling him Carmel, because you can't say your name, or the video will be pulled if his name comes up. Now, they can, if they do that about anybody's name, right? Any kind of thought, they're in complete control, and this is not right. If you want to say a name of someone. Now yesterday I also covered, and it came out in the group feed there through WWG1WGA Love Telegram group, that this was that information about why Carmel is so important, that nobody mentions his name, because he's tied to the Ukrainian Holocaust, that he paid the hitmen for Brennan to start the revolution.
Right.
So this is, and then obviously that he also had friendly relations with Schiff. Right, and they have pictures with them hanging out, having a good time. With he's actually with everybody, all of the top Democrats, Nancy Pelosi, all of them are they hang out together. I don't see any picture with him and Nadler though. Maybe Nadler, maybe he's too, he doesn't come out of the penguin tank.
Nadler's got his exit already planned, right?
Yeah, he's going to Antarctica.
His wife is sick.
Oh, I don't know. I thought he was going to Antarctica with the other penguins.
The other thing, that's definitely one of the plans, right?
I guess so. Yeah.
To take people and all the people they think they're serving the greater good, and they're select and they're special, and take all those guys and put them to work in the coal mines, right? Give them a permanent position down in Antarctica or wherever else.
Oh yeah, we're
part of the Illuminati
plan. The tunnel collapsed to the inner Earth. We've got to open it. You guys, pick up your pickaxe. Start digging.
Right. Crazy stuff, man. Yeah. So I think it really feels like, I mean, they just look like a soft opponent to me now. Like they don't really seem like a threat at this point. Other than just a lot of noise that Nancy Pelosi's making.
Yeah, and, well, that's the thing. The noise that they're making is their own downfall, and that's part of this great awakening part, right? The people that keep seeing the contrast, what Trump is doing against what they're doing. I mean, things are just building. I mean, they're continuing to build. I don't think things are going to slow down. I think there's more stuff going to be continuing to roll out that Trump has, I guess they're talking about Wednesday ending the impeachment, because they want to give the senators, time to speak, right? I think they should just go to the vote right now, right, and get it over with, and then we have the State of the Union, and then we roll forward. I mean, no one needs to hear the senators speak at this point.
Yeah, I mean, no one definitely needs to hear anybody from, I don't know. But I guess, I don't know. I guess is that due process? Is that standard? I don't even know. I mean,
it's on the table. They know what step D is, which is acquittal. But step C, they don't know how to end it, and that's what they're trying to discuss. So I hope they just end it quickly and just give them each, like, each get a representative to speak for all this, like the Democrat side, and one for the for the Republican side in the Senate, right? In the senators, right? Pick 1 and 1, maybe 2 and 2, 3 and 3, something like that, and just leave it there. But I have the feeling this is the end of the line for Romney, though. You know, he's not. People are not happy with him back in Utah.
Yeah. Too bad. Too bad. You know, I'm glad to see him go down. All these guys. You know, I'm very pleased to see them fall apart and actually see things that are actually moving. You know, now, and I am really fascinated by whoever is blocking. Who's able to block now? You know, I don't think anyone's really able to block anything that Kim is doing. I think she's allowing them to continue to incriminate themselves.
Right.
Because she's brought the intelligence systems on board, so everybody sees the same things, right? So every time the Rothschilds try to do something, everybody can see it now, you know. But the Rothschilds can't see anything, you know. Or every time the Chinese elders or the Order of the Black Sun tries to, you know, create, you know, the illusion of money. But in the RV crowd, they're still saying in the next 2 weeks the RV is going to happen.
Really?
Yeah. I'm afraid that'll be going on for the next 10 years. You know, people still waiting on the RV.
Yeah, just wait. It's going to happen.
Too bad. But, you know, to Muggsy, who's Ken Dunn's broadcast partner, I mean, she said the RV is not going to be what people thought. It's going to be project funding, which she's right. You know.
Oh, surprise, surprise. Oh, and it coming through the Kim system. But don't listen to Dan and Tank.
Yeah. Watch out for Dan and Tank, because they scooped you by a year.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Oh, that's right. Just so you know, it's February 9th is our anniversary, the first time we did a show. It was not live. It was uploaded. And then, so that's coming, I guess, in 9 days.
Wow.
And then we had four. We had basically, you know, 3 to get launched, and then the 4th one was the second day of the one that we didn't stop. We continued through. So that's around, I think, March 5th, I think. There's a March 5th and a March 9th, and then after the 9th, I think is what it was. We kept going. So. A lot
has changed. A lot has changed in a year, hasn't it? My goodness, amazing.
Yeah, everything's changed. Right? So what are we going to do? We're going to do this for how long? I
don't know, man. You know, I just figured you and I will probably be touching base like this anyway, somehow. Like once a week eventually, right?
I just say, Kim, we need a vacation. Kim.
We'll broadcast live from vacation.
I need to paint my house.
Well, anyway, man, that's all I got.
That sounds good. All right. Well, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.
No, I promise I'll be here. I'm so sorry about this week. I got things under control somewhat. No, I'll be on tomorrow night. We'll talk then.
All right.
Everybody have a good night. Dan, appreciate you as always.
All right. Good night. Now, thanks everybody. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Be sure to share the video. Come and join us at wwg1wga.love and participate there. You can give a donation of $1.11 a month, $9.99 a month. Oh, I'm sorry, it's $8.88 a month, or $99.99 a year. There's some other donation levels there as well. Everything is much appreciated. Or please join with me with the new Kringle Gold and developing a new gold ecosystem, right? Where we're using the cryptocurrency blockchains and acquiring gold and leveraging the gold and adding that into a ecosystem. So we just got started with that with the gold grain coin. My link for that is down below. You can join me there. And happy to talk with you about anything. My Telegram link is also down below. You can email me. I may take me a while to get to the emails. Like every 2 or 3 days, I get to emails. And otherwise, with Telegram, I'm always there, so you can always contact me, even call. Thank you so much, and we will be back tomorrow. Bye-bye.